We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we reach Week 15 and we've got a good matchup in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone. Haskins going right to the air and incomplete to open things up. Well, these two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Houston will give them the season sweep. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Haskins will throw. He's going up top for Taylor. Oh, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. They find some open field here. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
Now, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They go play action with Haskins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
2nd down and goal. Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields this way up at the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. That's underneath to Pierce. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. But for all the deserved accolades praise Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And the final readout on Next Gen Stats, remarkable. That ball traveling close to 80 yards in the air. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now it's Haskins. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is brought in at the 21. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Texans will take over. They go play action now. Jackson. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Pierce now up the middle. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Looking to throw, Haskins. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Haskins. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Haskins. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37.
Come on. Hey.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Haskins to throw it. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Haskins on 3rd down. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The Texans had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. But he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. And Johnson's extra point up and good, and the lead will shrink to 6. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, it's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Haskins. It's caught. Mitchell. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 33 yards that time.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Here's Haskins to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Haskins. And it'll be intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Haskins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As soon as he leaped down and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Haskins. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Throwing is Jackson. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On second down, here's Pierce. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Kwity Paye in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Try to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
So a definite surprise there. They try to fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of a plays in a situation where I don't know that they needed to do that. They still have opportunities, and in this case, they took a chance, and it backfired.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
That's on Jackson Carman, second-round pick in 2021. Second down, another run with Taylor. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
19 tight. 19 tight. Hey. Go sweep.
Operating from the gun. Haskins. And it's complete to Mitchell. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, it's time to give real credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll go up top here for Hamler.
This is intercepted.
Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So they try to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Hawk 70.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
This is caught. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jonathan Taylor, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. In motion, the tight end. It's complete. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Texans 17.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Now Jackson on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Keon Crosser. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Back now in Houston. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the fourth.
Come on.
6 yards left on second down. They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that will bump the lead up to 26.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. A short kick taken at the 18. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Let's go now.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Roll. Panther streak. Panther streak. Go.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
77 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And some space here. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down.
Straight ahead, Taylor.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today, try and get him over 100 yards.
They'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Haskins will throw. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Jackson. He's going to let it fly. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at the 18. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Room here to run. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line.
And he tries to get as much as he can here while protecting the football as he dives to the ground. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And he is going to lose yardage here. One last shot for Jackson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Colts,
the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. it.